Good morning, good people. We are on YouTube today and we're on day 3 of building out Jiffshire Bay. Now, I'm streaming on YouTube today for a change. Have much less followers. Not that I have a lot on the other streaming platform either, but I think that I eventually do want to build a community with some more long form videos. That's the hope, anyways. I mean, I'm just doing this casually, and it would be nice to, have people follow us along, enjoy the build that's going on here. So let's just go through Jiffshire Bay. Let's give you guys an introduction on YouTube because you're kind of new to the series. This is essentially episode 4. So what we've got, hang on a second, I just need to sign into chat. Just on the YouTube side of things. Sign into chat. Is it all signed in? I think it is. Let me just test this. Test. Oh, wrong keyboard. Let's do test. Oh yeah, okay, that is me in there. So that is all working. Streamlabs can come back up on PC now. And it's all popping up in there as well. That's all signed in. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, let's talk everybody through the city, how it began, what we're trying to achieve, and then go from there. So I guess as a starting block, we're around about 16 years into the build. 18,000, and we're hemorrhaging 2,500 an hour as well. We've done a lot of redevelopment recently and a lot of infrastructure, hence why there's not really a lot of money in the bank, and it's costing us a lot. Just stuck in this huge highway that links up onto the regional highway that you get at the start of the game, and I've bought this square as well, so I might look to build that out over the course of the day. But yeah, so let's start talking you through Jiffshire Bay. So it started in the west side, and it's still pretty, low sort of density residential. We've got ourselves a park now, which is helping things, a little commercial area, some offices, and then that leads into what was originally Sunset Park industrial area. You can see it's not that anymore. We've sorted out a lot of the pollution, the ground pollution here, built out offices, some low residential into high residential density. So you've got a nice staggered build up the coast, which is nice. I do want to redevelop this road at some point and get that finished, and then maybe we can put in some avenues here just to link everything up that little bit better, or maybe just a singular avenue that curls one A to B, something along those lines maybe. So we've got that Sunset Park, and then after that we did build into the Spruce Hills where the notorious spider intersection came into play. It's a quite low traffic area, so it isn't really too big of a deal. It makes the city interesting on this side, and then we ended up going a little bit wild, and then we this is named after one of our followers, Xanth Hippos, and we called it the Hip Pentagon area. We made it a little pentagon shape, put dirt road through it, which again it sort of works, and then a little bit of industry down the dirt road for farming. So there's kind of like a little farming community, and then from there I then built in to the not Springfield, the Sheffield Heights. Sheffield Heights is a forestry area, lots of natural resources, so we thought we'd build out all of this, a few little industries along this section here, which is nice because it keeps that that aesthetic of the trees being there. And then I've built a university in Sheffield Heights, and then a nice park in the middle, and then sort of got the density around it. We've got ourselves amenities and schools and so on and so forth as we go down the road, as well as all the other things that the Sims need. So obviously going briefly back to Sunset Park here, this was originally our industry, and we've moved our industry down to here. This is now the city dump, or garbage removal, disposal, whatever. I don't think we get recycling centres on this version on the game, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, we were having big issues with garbage. But since I've done this move and then the better infrastructure and link around, we seem to have improved that issue. And I'm hoping that this raw material issue becomes less of an issue as time goes on as well. But I don't know why these guys are complaining about lack of raw materials. What sort of business is this? It's just a lumber company. Oh, that one's fine. Is it the one next to it? Not enough raw materials. Pellet fuels. One overeducated worker. But yeah, I need to sort that out. So anyways, getting back onto showing you guys around, one thing I do want to do is I want to get the districts working a bit better. Same with Fawn Square. Like this, I kind of want to... I want to bring this all out. Somehow link this out, and maybe this becomes Fawn Square rather than Sheffield Heights. But I kind of like that that's all lumber and whatnot, and then maybe this district come out. Do you know what? Whilst I'm discussing this, let's just do a little bit of districting. So Fawn Square, you know, it isn't quite a square, but I think that makes a lot more sense. And that's all districted. Strawberry Heights, Garnet Square can come down into here. And Strawberry Heights includes this part of the district as well. It can be classed as a part of this district, I think. Just. And then the west side of town, maybe we can, because this is one of the original roads that is essentially the west side there. And that is the west side as well. So that's all done. We've got the Crescent District. Then we've got Spruce Hills. This is kind of its own district now. And what do we call this? Still, I like heights. What's another name for this? Dump, maybe? Dump, landfill, waste. Maybe we name this like it's a company. JB Waste Solutions. There you go, Jiffshire Bay Waste Solutions. Oh, solutions. Solutions. That's what we want. Is that Sheffield Heights? Is it like Elizabeth District? This hasn't been all sorted yet, so maybe we make that district its own thing. I think that we just pull the Elizabeth District out a tad. And then this is a district. Sort of a long, narrow one. Maybe that could include the solar. And then this is its own thing as well. What's that going to name itself? Rosewood Park. Bring that out a touch more as well. It's just one district, the Moor Heights. It's quite a big district, to be honest, but sparsely populated. So yeah, so now I've done the district and I have got a little bit off track on telling the story of this city. I've done the main island. I finished up with you know, the most recent transition of the waste solution for the city. This area, I kind of want to leave. Maybe we can start building out here eventually onto the mountain. But again, we've got this tile to play with. And I'd quite like to get over to this lake at some point. So let's go back onto the other districts. I then came across the water and I built Concord Heights, basically, which is this main road leading up. And I sort of just let that do its own thing. I haven't really done much with this. I eventually stuck in the Elizabeth district, which is farming area and a little bit of amenities in terms of the train station and elder care and a few residentials. Rosewood Park is high density commercial, I think. No, offices and then high density residential, I believe. I also built Sterling Heights, which was a part of it. It was going to be something a bit bigger than what I sort of intended, but it ended up remaining quite small. Farming district, few residentials at the front, farming at the back, and this bridge here actually marks where the hydroelectric plant used to be. And this water all backed up. It became a real issue, created a little bit of flooding and stuff. Like, you actually got a house there flooded. So we're sort of waiting for this to sort itself out. We might have to terraform or rethink the way that the coastal road on Strawberry Heights works. Maybe just cut that corner off altogether and keep them keep these things separate. I think that might actually be the answer. It just means moving some of these fun amenities, the marina and also the fishing pier. So that'll be quite cool to actually think about redeveloping that as it continues to be a problem. I mean, one thing I could do is delete all of that and just put a nice bridge from A to B instead. And I might be able to retain some of these buildings, and that becomes a cool feature that runs along the bay and hopefully brings back a little bit of the what's his name? A bit of the beach. Because we have got a nice little bit of beach along here, and we've got these beachfront houses up on the cliffs. It's really nice how this is developed, actually. Put in a nice luxury hotel and 2 stadiums. That's probably why we're still hemorrhaging quite a lot of money. So Garnet Square and Strawberry Heights are our leisure and tourism areas. That's a big part of the city. I've only recently just hooked it up onto this main highway with some, dare I say, quite... Was it here? Or maybe it wasn't here I saw it. No, it was. With some quite clever little roads coming in and out of the city. There's also another one that's cheekily coming down here, up and round, and actually hooking into here. So that's going to get people out, and this will get people out. But yeah, I think eventually what I would actually like to do is put in a full-time boulevard that goes from A to B that then hooks up this one, and it just lets the traffic flow around the city that little bit better. I mean, that is something that I can endeavour to do today or this morning. Again, I haven't really got the money for it right now for tunnelling, but linking those two again underneath the what do you call it, highway, that's going to work out really, really nicely. So yeah, more heights. I need to sort of start emptying that right off the rip, and maybe zoning a few more things out. Like, we don't really have any requirement for pretty much anything, but what are these guys saying? Not enough buyers for products. That might be to do with commercial, but if we can get all this commercial linked up nice, which I think it should, they could come under and then through here, and then they're in Garnet Square. But a more dedicated boulevard would be wicked. I do want to keep things like this rock, but I reckon if I come off of this node, or maybe here and down, I need to work this out. Maybe here is the entry point. Seems to make a lot more sense. It gets people around the city a lot easier. But yeah, so basically then we've got more heights, which was like, I realised I'm yammering on again. We've got more heights, which is a forestry district. Really small, haven't really built it up much, but haven't really got buyers for their products. So, and these guys are saying they don't have enough goods to sell. So it's interesting. That isn't working out as we expected. But one thing I should probably do before I press play again and get into it. So consumption and production, that's right on the money. Water. Okay, water we've got a bit of room to play with on the budgets. Budget. So bring that down. Drop that by 30%. Is that going to work? And then if I can bring garbage disposal down, now we're not having troubles. So I'm spending 18,000 on that. So if I bring it down to 90, then maybe just bring the metro down a bit. Bring these guys down to 75, I think. Public transport. Monuments are costing us a lot as well. If we bring them down to 80 briefly. And then maybe I can just cut policing a little bit. And fire a little bit as well. And maybe a tiny bit on roads. And hopefully that resolves things. But let's press play. Let's see what goes on. These guys have got really big problems with noise. I mean, I could line that road with some trees. That could look quite nice. Tiny tree. Maybe like a huge oak or something. These bigger? Nope. These are more like bushes. Sort of is a bit better. These kind of like overhang a little bit. I wonder if that does resolve their issues. It's like, you know, like a natural barrier. First few trees that are plopped anyways. Don't know if that's going to fix the sound deadening issues, but one can only hope that these natural barriers just help that a little bit more. I don't know. Find out, won't we? You're having like a serious supply chain issue. Save the trees, deforestation. That's what we work on, guys. Water's become a problem. Or is that a simple case of no pipe? No. No? Yes? No. Budget issue. Starting to make money again, which is good. Look at all those problems. Damn. Is that improving? I feel like those guys should be struggling. Nah, they're not. So maybe I need to look at other raw materials in the area, and then maybe that will resolve things. Let's go for natural resources. So there's huge pockets of ore up there. Elizabeth district is very fertile. So I could do a little bit more farmland. It's really, really fertile land. But yeah, we could do with maybe some oil. There's a little pocket here just off of the edge. I wonder whether I can get like a little district built off of here and just do oil. Just need to work out how to do this. I don't really want to ruin my rail track either. or for it to cost a lot of money. Maybe we can just have another set of what do you call it? Slip roads going off. With these. Can go out and over. These guys can come in. They can also come off. And on. I think that's the way to do it. Maybe, yeah, no, that works. What I might do, just delete that, bring it on like a little bit sooner or later, should I say? There we go. Now from this side, we need to rethink how this works. They can come up and over and out and in. These guys can... We need like a link that goes over the top here that links onto it, I think. Although they can come on here and then get up and over that way. It would kind of be cool to have something like going up and onto that though. So they've got like a real direct route that goes onto the on-ramp. Wonder whether I can make that work without it looking stupid. Something like that. Maybe makes the road system unnecessarily complex, but I think that'll work for now. Curve, make it interesting. Create that for a little bit of development and then other stuff at a later date. I probably need to run these bad boys from here. Enough money, oh no. Maybe just to there for the time being. Wait to regenerate some money. Let's throw down some pipe work. It's the only problem at times when you want to build a, bit of a project and you can't. Yeah, that is all hooked up on one boulevard. That's going to be very different to what the rest of the city looks like. Gone big roads off the rip. So I think, I almost want something, I don't know, cool running along here eventually. Maybe another like shopping district like across the way from here. It's easily accessible by the road. And then we've got I'm going to put the oil industry here. And then we probably need to think about getting rid of all of these wind turbines, which are probably costing us a lot to run each. Actually don't know the answer to that. How much are they costing to run? £200 a week? That's not too bad. So we don't seem to have too many garbage reserves now, which is good. I might be able to turn off the incinerators. That's got quite a few. But yeah, some of them are not producing much at all. But at least it's getting rid of our waste. That's the main thing. Can I finish this boulevard now? looks clean-ish. Whilst it's making money, let's put this district into here. That's going to be our oil. And then this along here is going to be something else. Hopefully that'll work out nice. Or maybe I do just make it one thing. It's all lilac square. Let's just do a specialisation. Industry for oil. Get the pipe working. We don't have a lot of money to get this done. This 1100, just in that swipe. We can begin. Oh, to be fair, there's no electricity, but quickly check where this oil is. Oh, okay, it is just in that section there. This is good. Put those there, and then we'll just do a little bit of residential here, perhaps. Yeah, that should have all the access we need, but hopefully we can promote some oil companies to come in and actually build. Is it going to be appealing enough at Lilac Square? Let's see. And one thing I'm going to do as well, when money allows, I'm going to get a boulevard going in from the west side out. This needs to be redeveloped, this road through here. But I still want to preserve the old west side, if that makes sense. So, what are these guys saying? Low land value. Okay. Put that up in due course as well. Again, when the west side gets redeveloped. No one's building out here, which is a concern, maybe? I mean, one thing we can do, because this is recognised the waste solutions, is we just get generic industry in here and just let it go to town. It's already ruined anyway, so putting a few businesses on there will not hurt, I don't think. Maybe just put the offices of the waste management company here. Maybe here. Yeah, Sheffield Heights barely has any offices. So we'll just do that to link those roads up, I think. I'll tell you why it feels like it's going slow. It is going slow. This is a real problem. Almost needs to be hooked up better with a cargo terminal or set of cargo terminals. I'm just not sure whether I can afford them right now. We could get an elementary school in Lilac Square just to increase sort of the usage of the area, perhaps. Well, give us 10 grand. Come on. There we go. Preempting people living and working here. Let's get the electricity hooked in. What's going to be the cleanest way? Is probably the question. There we go. Just dedicate that to the school. It's already basically filled to capacity. No way. But no one wants to live here. People even like driving around here. No, not at the moment. So it's like this area is bugged. We haven't really got any demand for anything. So maybe I could do this as a services hub as well. I can put like policing on here. As well as yeah, this is slightly problematic, the way that this slows up. People trying to get into the city. Maybe what I can do is I fixed these two with dedicated highway nodes instead of jump in, jump off. Let's quickly go to highways. And we'll hook them up like this instead. There you go. Gets traffic flowing much nicer in and out of the city this way. Nice upgrade, that. No way is that tractor flying along like that. Why is this? Oh, it's because of the on-ramp, off-ramp is getting people to sort of slow for it. Interesting. This needs to be vastly improved. It gives us a proper node across them. I'm surprised that no one's even coming over here. I'm really, really surprised. Slightly disappointed, I won't lie. This fire might be a bit of an issue. Where are all the fire stations? Should probably do a slightly better coverage. We really could do a slightly better coverage. It's probably going to be best served there for now. Keeps the farm in, yeah, Garnet Square then gets a little bit of cover on the fire issue as well. And then, again, put a little firehouse in. And a little police station. And that just lines that row nicely. And hopefully that just encourages people to move in. I'm really surprised that I'm specialising in this kind of industry and it's just not building up here. Maybe if we do slightly more normal 2-cell or 4-cell road off of these, like so, and let's just do that. That's bound to get people in, surely. Yeah, just to area that doesn't want to develop. Let's need like a more dedicated boulevard, like I said, to get over from here. We need to work out how to do this without just completely ruining the west side of the city. Don't think there's any option other than to like throw a big road through here and then under to Lilac Square. It's a shame, but it'll improve the city tenfold. Like Spruce Square, I kind of made a bit too big for what it is, or Spruce Hills. Yeah, these guys are complaining about low land value. These guys don't like the noise, which is kind of fair enough. Stadium, so let's put commercial in there instead. Same with these guys. So this could still be developed a little bit. Low density commercial maybe. It's starting to look cool this side of the city. I love how this is all staggered down. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. Yeah, I need to be able to improve that one way or another. Production rates at a record high. Why is nothing building over here? It's almost like it's not linked to the main city. Although there's a car. Where are people going? They're going to... They're the police. But yeah, no interest in the oil industry at all. I'm so surprised by that. Maybe I just create a little bit more zoning and just hope that it eventually builds up. Love that crescent. Just maybe put in some offices at the end. And offices at the front. And a few offices here. Yeah, no redevelopment at all. It's like that square is just not required at this precise moment in time. Which is a real head scratcher for me. You normally find that, like, even in new developments, they just start building up almost straight away. Clearly need to do stuff. I've got the amenities in. They can serve. Franklin Boulevard and round. But yeah, I really need to think about this redevelopment of the west side. It's kind of cool though, the way that looks so far. But strange that isn't developing. Oh, was that someone moved in? Someone moved in! The Barlow resident. Yes, hopefully that encourages something else to build here. So I want to make money again, but I really need 100,000 before anything gets sorted. But the generic, all the generics are built up. Oh, dirty generic. But the thing is, though, you need those generic industries. You need a balance of industries in order to keep a city running. That's sort of, as you can see on the horizon, all of the issues we have are either raw materials or product based. So there's clearly something wrong with the supply line. Place is having to get abandoned and rebuilt, which is a shame. But yeah, we're sat at 35,000 people. A few brave souls moving into this area. I mean, it is quite a low value area as a whole, so maybe we can improve that a little bit with like a little plaza with picnic tables, maybe. Why not? Don't know how much sense it makes, but might just increase the land value. There were a few people. Yeah, these guys were. Oh, hello. Electrical problems. Options 20 under. Okay, so if we go to budgeting, electricity, bring up to 125. That should probably fix the issue there. Hoping, anyways. Are you guys going to go away? There we go. Crisis averted. But a new development is not developing well. These are all sort of dead. And like a real, like, change of the guard, as it were. I don't really want to start ripping up the west side just yet. And I don't want to link it here. I know it probably actually makes sense. I might actually have to do that, but I like the fact that these are separate entities and you have to go around this way to get into Strawberry Heights. But now that this is such a hub, I probably need to be rethinking the way it's connected. It was going to start off as a little hotel district and whatnot, but it's got very, very big for its boots. But I think what we almost need is a boulevard that hooks these both in, maybe to this corner and up, and then just into here, and that'll allow the people to get in and out of this area a lot easier. I mean, so I could do something a bit lo-fi, and it only destroys a part of the old west side, or I can do something just a full redevelopment here, and puts a larger road through the west side, and then connects onto Strawberry Heights at one of these nodes, perhaps. But that's a tough shout, really tough shout. I still need to generate money, so I'm just going to let it play along. But I think a lot of our raw material issue as well is not being able to transport it from A to B. It's a real problem. Approaching 65,000 now, so I don't want to ruin people's lives. I want to press pause and put this boulevard in, but I might have to ruin a little bit of this. But yeah, something tells you to do this and then preserve the old west side. Let's press pause. Right, am I ready for this? And then drop it straight into the crescent. You're happy now, you won't be once I've finished doing this redevelopment, guys. And probably want to chip those off as well, and then retain these rows and then link them down. Leave them like they are at the moment. Roads. What have we got at the moment along here? Median. It's a 6-lane road with median trees. I think it is as well. Here's the moment of truth. What is the space already occupied by? It's a shame, but it needs to be done. That's the elementary school needs to be moved. Kind of makes sense for it to be on that boulevard, right, instead. Why have you got unhappy spot? It's going to get replaced by happies anyways. Metro stations affected. That isn't good. I had not considered that at all. Oh dear. Could ruin the way that I'm planning on doing this. Maybe I need to snap the road from the other side first. Unless we just offset it a tad. Please don't give me a headache game. And then we put a single chilled road here. Hasn't really worked out as I endeavoured, but I need to retain certain things without causing myself a complete and utter headache. I guess it makes it interesting one way or another. Let's pull across this node. Right, this is when it goes down under, I think. And have all that space as well, so we can cops at some point. Right, that hooks that up a lot better. A lot better. So Old West Side has been redeveloped now, or in the process of being redeveloped. It's close to being done. Yeah, it gives me enough bricks there. We'll just delete these little nibs off. I mean, it's not the prettiest. It kind of works though, I guess. And then it hooks up into Lilac Square. So I'm hoping that link pays dividend. And then actually from this road, I can actually come under and into Garnet Square without Strawberry Heights, without it, you know, messing everything up. Or maybe I do redevelop this road here, and it is hooked up really well then. I didn't really want to ruin the west side. It does give them, you know, a few other things as well in terms of amenities. Net easily on their doorsteps. Hopefully that heightens land value a little bit. And maybe what we can do is on this big road on the west side, we just make it dense. That just gives the area a slightly different look. Why is it making? Do you know what? I'm going to allow that. That's all it's going to give me. Change these into dense. And what else can we do in here to really zuzz it up? So this is all new. Maybe we can put like another park or something in here. Dog park maybe? Tennis courts? Tennis courts could be fun. And one of the older streets. And maybe a basketball court. Again, on one of these old streets where there's nothing occupied at the moment. One of the newer nodes we've put on. The only thing I have to consider is what it's covering. So new streets here. Put it in amongst this. Let's see how this redevelops the west side now. Lilac Square is already getting built up on now, so hoping that this this link into Franklin Boulevard is really going to do the job that we wanted. Only got 12k in the bank, so it's cost me a bit, but yeah, this is building up now. Hopefully we get the industry in next. Averaged a few people, but I've displaced a few people in the west side. But I put in this boulevard now, which sort of snakes its way around the original infrastructure that we had. We just need to hope that all of these buildings now essentially build up. We've got some high rises going in already, so that's probably a good sign. Approaching 36,000 people in the population. Yeah, these still having raw material issues. And these guys are complaining about land value, so to increase the land value, we can put in... We've got a parking lot here. We do have a big boy. Have a big parking lot there. And then what else we can do is a small park in Shefford Heights, just to bring the land value up a touch. Needs to go in this side, really. There we go, a little pipe. And it actually blends in really nicely with the original aesthetic. That's worked out really nice. Okay. We're still having water issues, which is a bit of a surprise to me, but apparently not. And then we've got our original water plants are up here, but they're not original in terms of their placement. We moved these way up the river when we had a crisis the other day. Everyone essentially died from water poisoning. We won't get into that too much, but there's another pump that should take off the JB Waste Solutions issues, which it does. And now we've got that, I can actually adjust the budget immediately on that. Still no industry in oil. Very surprising. Very surprising. The generics have all built up pretty much instantly. We're getting highly educated workers in as well, which is fantastic. Football team's winning as well, which is great. And what I might actually do, rather than it being a city-wide policy, I might do the medical marijuana to just certain districts. I think again, 6 grand. Oh no, I need more sewage. Turn it on. We don't need to buy more. I'm going to take the issue away, that pump, please. Still a couple of issues, so let's turn on pump 2. Should definitely take away that issue, surely. Yeah, all gone. And yeah, this dump's down in the corner. I want to move that down into the JB Waste Solutions area as well. It just needs to be done. definitely certain areas that I need to just throw in some zoning, I think. Again, getting Fawn Square built up into more of a square would probably be a good idea. So if we go, what is that? Is that a 6-laner? It is. Graham Avenue. Go. Full Square can now build up a little bit. Yeah, I didn't want to go wild there, just a slight extension on what we have. The same as Shefford Heights, I could build that out another nook. Maybe I do that. This could be its own thing. Well, we could easily build more industry and forestry if we wanted. These guys are starting to build up a little bit. That's good. I guess one thing I need to do is get these other areas linked up in the city with infrastructure, but I just don't have the money to do it right now. Get the hearses back on the road. No skulls yet, which is good. Yeah, these guys are having big issues. Not really enough in there. Well, there are, but just need to accept this can potentially be an issue. I'm surprised there's not enough buyers. Don't have an awful lot zoned, I guess. These have the same issue, not enough buyers for products. It's definitely becoming a bit of an issue. Abandoned by. Oh dear. Just going to build out the Concord Heights district just with, yeah, just for a little bit more farming. That's going to be really quite easy, I think. As simple as that. Literally as simple as that. And one thing I will make sure is this district is set to farming. It is now. pipe work. Yes, Concord Heights Farm, Elizabeth District Farm. People are building in there pretty much straight away because it's so fertile, that area. That's good. Have we brought any oil industry over yet? Still none. It's all built up though. People are living in Lilac Square, just no industries are really coming in. We've still got a bunch of forest, but I don't want to be doing just forest. Offices going in. I mean, demand is pretty low for everything. Traffic's definitely flowing a little bit better through the city as well. Bringing it up to this Crescent district has really done a job. And I think the only thing I would like to do is just tunnel this boulevard up into here. That just cuts the corner off a little bit. See if, hopefully I've got enough money for that now. Being sloped too steep. It's coming out there, but I don't want it out of the ground yet. Maybe I can bring it under here. Go. Just hooks those up. Could even build out in those if I wanted, but don't really feel inclined to do that at the moment. But yeah, it's expensive tunneling, but it makes a huge difference. Allowing you to like zone in areas you otherwise wouldn't be able to. I didn't want to. One of my rules is not linking these two directly, but with that sort of tunnel system that goes underneath, like so, that actually makes me feel a lot better about that. And then we can get over to Lilac Square. I was saying earlier, it would be good to get this from A to B as well, Sterling Hills, so we can kind of keep that flow of traffic if we can through the city. Another option is I can bring this tunnel up and then link it that way, but that might be a little bit too much of a feat with my budget anyways. So at least we've got a metro station going up into Stirling. We could maybe get a metro up here, or I mean, where's the other? I'm sure there's a cargo station somewhere. Isn't the cargo station here? It is. So it's a surprise that is then we've got the other cargo terminal on the south side. It's kind of where most of the industry is, I guess. We could easily get a cargo off of this. Easily do that. manufacturing industry. We haven't got money for a cargo terminal yet, but it's going to live on that road, I think. That is more of a square now, Lilac Square. I can do different industry types if I really need to as well, which is good. Yeah, we're getting oil! Cargo. Yeah, 60 grand. Haven't quite got that. But a cargo terminal would be awesome for here. So you can just literally link it straight onto this. That hooks up a lot of the city quite nicely. Is there a little discrepancy here in the way that the track's made? There is, it's been resolved. Should hopefully allow things to get around the city a little bit better. This is still a problem. Maybe we look to fix this issue now. Right. Can I make a very nice celled bridge? That resolves that. This can come up to here. That will just stop the flooding. I've needed to do that for ages, so it's just a new feature to the city, I'm afraid. That'll all rebuild again, and these are a little bit more active. And yeah, it does bring back a little bit more of the beach, which I kind of hoped for, which is great, you know. Yeah, that was a real problem. Real problem. Yeah, that just resolves it a little bit and allows those parts of the city to be linked up. I could have brought them in if I wanted, but I managed to actually retain the initial footprint here, but just bridged it instead, and that works really well. I'm liking that a lot. So these guys are not building up too much, so like, yeah, but industries in there. And I also want to ensure that they've got utility. A bunch of money now, so we can put in the cargo terminal, which is great. And bring that out just to make sure we are doing oil in those areas. Cargo terminal. simple. What's that? Just need to get a little bit of electricity to it, otherwise it's all good in the hood. I really don't like doing it like this, but it's going to have to work for now. That puts the cargo in, and that just hopefully encourages oil exporters and oil producers to come into the area, because why wouldn't you want to be near a factory? Let's have a little look at that district in. So if I pull this back just a touch, I could actually do generic industry on this corner. It's its own thing. Get more generic. Now if we can do half and half for offices, and then we just don't really have too many commercials. Maybe we do commercial on these ends. And do this, and this, and a few high rises, and then we've got ourselves a new proper district there. This needs to hook up eventually as well, so that's something to bear in mind. Yeah, Holly Hills and Lilac Square. I'll just be interested to see whether that builds up more because of the cargo hub. It looks that way. 42,000. Harbour Bus Hub. Okay, that's new. Nuclear power plant. That is going to be the one to resolve everything. Floating cafe and a cargo hub as well. Let's go straight in with that cargo hub. Assuming that's got a road to it, or needs a road hooking up to it. Just needs water. It can't be far from. Yeah, we've got. Hang on. That's a cargo harbour and that's a cargo hub. Oh. Maybe it needs to be moved. Maybe just keep them both working alongside each other. One thing I do want to do is just make sure I've got the train link in. Ooh, that's incorrect. Sorry. I feel like the exit round okay. I think that's hooked in. It's not very realistic, is it? Let's be honest, but as long as it's functional, I don't mind too much. I feel like these are sort of defunct either side of it now, but it allows for more cargo trains and moving stuff from A to B, and I'm all for that. We've got the first cargo train rolling in, which is good. Oh, we've got stuff building outside of it now. Fantastic. Lilac Square is starting to develop. It's just got no real zoning need at the moment. This is still, the west side's so average, isn't it? No one wants to move into these commercials, which I find rather intriguing. Maybe we build up the old west side and we change this out completely. And we roll in some high density res. Like so. Let's let that do its thing. Do we put in a theme park across the way? I feel like that would annoy me, and it probably doesn't make much sense now. But I was thinking, you know, that's all linked up there to the leisure district. Maybe you want to get your tourists sort of slightly out of that part of the city and into the Holly Hills, perhaps. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that all works out. Still developing at the moment. A few bits going up though, which I'm liking to see. Getting educated workers in. What is the state of our education at the moment? Eligible and capacities poor. Can I upgrade these buildings, or is that a PC City Skylines thing? I mean, let's pause that for a second. Let's not pause that for a second. Sterling Hills isn't served by elementary yet. Right, elementary school in there. Elementary here. There's one elementary school down here either, which is a real surprise. Why are we having water issues again? Consumption capacity is beyond capacity. Well, I'm sure I literally just put a new pump on. Surely that resolves the issue. It does. It's a lot of water to get pumped down there, I guess. Yeah, maybe I could do with another cargo terminal around here. Oh, to be fair, could have I put the cargo hub in a different spot? Maybe I can move this cargo terminal. Cannot connect to the room. I can from there though. I know that it goes in there. It went green. Oh, come on. Come on, game. Don't say you can't connect to the routes. I can see you are connected to the route. Let me redo that. Give me green. Come on. I definitely snapped briefly in that stupid Twitter thing. I couldn't connect to the route. I'm just smashing at the left click here. Yes! Come on! Yes! There we go. Right, there we go. So we managed to move the cargo hub off of Sunset Park, which I think kind of has worked out all right. But it just means that a few less issues, I think. There you go. That's all put back up again. Crematorium's already in the space. I see the issue. Move it along the road. There we go. Properly hooked. And I know there's a cargo terminal really close to it, so I might be able to move that at some point as well. Again, maybe over to the Elizabeth district. That might be a better use for that area now. Let's put it along here and hook it up. Sure, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because that is a big cargo hub to do everything now. Let's move you. Yep, Elizabeth district gets that. Wouldn't like it. The cargo and it just rolls round that section instead. Though some may need to go back. I think that works. Pretty sure that works. And instead of having this all built up round the cargo terminal, that is where the cargo terminal once lived, and now it's going to make home to some generic industry. Because we've already got this cargo hub here, so that's going to serve all of that. This cargo area is now going to serve the Elizabeth district and Concord Heights. Sterling still isn't prescribed. More Heights is prescribed. Nice. As you can see, it's starting to have electrical issues. So I think at this point we need to really think about putting in a nuclear power plant. And that will resolve all of our needs, basically. It's 200,000 for a nuclear. Let's keep saving our money, but that is the way forward. What will that produce? And now I haven't got enough money. I just want to throw in a nuclear power plant without anyone knowing. JB Waste Solutions. Could put the power plant here, around the back maybe. Yeah, it could work out really decent to be fair. Will this go around? It will not. That will not go around. That's all one way through there. Oh, no wonder it's been slow. This has been really helpful then, if that's the case. Maybe that's not the location for the nuclear power plant. I think maybe out here. Maybe along this section. Let's get visitors. 93 last week. They've been winning a lot. Made 430,000 by having that stadium. That's getting 126 visitors a week as well for tourism, so it's actually quite good. That's working out nice. Yeah, I need to think about where I'm going to put the nuclear. Could put it up here in all fairness. More Heights. Electricity issues already. Just give me another 6 grand and we will never have an issue again going nuclear. What is going on? Economy. Let's throw it up to 140%. Hope that fixes this area for a bit. Yes. Okay, we'll have people move out. Nearly at nuclear time. eventually be developed into something else, but I just want the nuclear power plants just essentially as far away as I possibly can get it. Right, put in the amenities as well. And then I can also just build up other stuff along here whilst I'm at it. Well, nearly there. Nearly there. Give me nuclear. Marks a new year. And then back into the first 2042. There we go. Let's go nuclear. Bosh. Can't afford any way of linking it. Oh no, we can. We can afford to link it. Not enough money though. That is a worry. I just need to link up a nuclear power plant, sir. Don't mind me. Ooh, minus. Minus isn't good. Minus isn't good. Turn that off briefly, because that's costing us a fortune. It's going to put us in debt. But yeah, it's going to cost a lot, but it means we can turn everything else off. So, spare with me a sec. Quick wee. Might as well let that. Yeah, do this. Right. Yeah, we're getting into the green again. Right, let's hook these boys up. And then the city is officially nuclear at this point. That's hooked. Okay, give me unlimited power, basically. Let's pause everything else, and then let's see if I can turn off the other power sources that we have. So we've got the old wind farm, which had a lot of this. These really got us out of a jam. So thank you for your service. We're going to give you some time off. Making 25 apiece. Not reliable power. That's the issue with wind. It will vary. So all of those are off. Solar plant. Can I get a way? If I can get away with turning off the solar plant, that is an absolute touch. Hang on. Power. 450, 450. Is that taken into account? Oh, that's not taken into account that operating. 790. Okay. Yeah, way more. So I can turn the solar plant off as well for the time being. Thank you for your service. But yeah, that's going to work out so well. Quickly go to districts. No, I actually don't want to go to districts. I want to go to here. I want to see how much that goes out. Yeah, it's quite a bit of oil in those sections. And up into here as well, which is good. Let's get the district zoning tool out. All of this road we can just make into the oil industry, up to the nuclear power plant that is making it all possible. There we go. Let's just see what happens with this area now. Still making quite a nice amount of money. Right, and if I zone this for offices, we can put some high density in there. high density in there. Yeah, I know the noise is a problem. I'm sorry. So sorry. Sorry. I think you'd have more goods. I still have goods issues, but. Still making money even with that big nuclear power plant, which is sick. There's lots of rubbish. It'd be nice to get that moved eventually as well. Although we could do another dump. One on, yeah, JB Waste Solutions. Do another JB Waste Solutions here, perhaps? Don't know. Yeah, the fracking and oil industry is in full swing now. There's a bunch of trains just going through that station just because. Tell you what, let's see if we can get another railway track, which will be a little bit more realistic. We just avoid this platform altogether. Just give that, yeah, the additional links. The trains have the option to go round the domestic stations when they can. I've seen some amazing builds on this game with different people, like, you know, multiple platforms and all of that. Oh man, so in depth. Cars just seem to be travelling fine. This seems to be a bit of an issue. Maybe a bit of an issue. Don't know. Doesn't have round here as a medical centre. Which is a creme, 25. There's the nearest creme. There's a few dotted around the map. These guys probably need their own dedicated one. Straight across the road from the roller coasters, just in case. Just in case. Right, so we've done a little bit of tweaking there on the policies. Industry 4.0, don't know whether that's going to cost a lot of money, but we're making shed tons of money. Curing that issue with, what do you call it? The electricity crisis. I've actually sorted it out, but the water pump situation is an odd one. Water pumping capacity. Oh, sewage production and capacity is absolutely on limits as well. Okay. Put another pump in up here. I feel like I'm putting a lot of pumps for not a lot of extra people. Do that. And then get down this end of the map. So these are struggling for it as well. Let's put another sewage plant in. Bosh. Let's go. That'll give us that extra capacity. Yeah. I'm so glad that I'm keeping all that waste to that corner as well. Where I can. Obviously I'm doing a few more dirtier industries now. And again, up by the nuclear power plant, is it really an issue if we have a dump? And a set of incinerators? That is nearly empty. That can go. Serves no man. But yeah, we could probably put a dump opposite the nuclear. Like, it's not really a big deal. Or an incinerator. Two incinerators across the road from each other. It's dirty industry, screw it. Couldn't get that to light up regardless. No mind. That still blends in with the rest of the nonsense that's going on in Lilac Square, so let's go. It's nice to see all the boats going to where they need to do. I'm so glad I managed to like snap that in the end. We've got a big boy hub here. So just to be sure, we'll throw in something like this. That works, I guess. Looks ugly and it's completely unrealistic. But it's functional for the time being. It is definitely functional. Oh, what's going on here? Not enough educated workers. Oh, okay. That's because of Industry 4. So actually, I need to take that policy out immediately. Otherwise, we are going to be having issues. Yeah. Literally instantly resolved that issue. Seems to be having less raw material problems now that I've got those extra cargoes in. But it still hasn't resolved all of the problems. We're not making amazing money now, but still a good chunk of change. Okay. These guys are complaining about noise. I mean... let's look at the zoning around here. Just change the zoning completely. complaints about noise, I guess. Oh, we're having electricity issues. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. That's fine. Oh, I'm actually hemorrhaging money as well. Does that fix the problem? Is that one link? Mostly. Yeah. It's like the hemorrhage money now. Not even sure what on, but I'm going to allow that for a bit, I think. I think that all got caused by this, which is amazing, really. Yeah, once that's all built up again, it's going to be much better. Yeah, these guys are getting sick as well. Just change it. It's not very much residential at all in Garnet Square. It's all in Strawberry Heights, but people seem to be a lot happier there, so this is good. Maybe I actually just redevelop this into a bit of res instead. Seems to make a lot more sense. Starting to make money again. Results! Allow for more things out the back of those. Could at least get another waste management or set of incinerators in there. Those things actually generate output, so actually 1 megawatt, 1 megawatt, 2. Yeah, we're sort of getting through the waste pretty quick. We having waste issues? The odd one. Nothing too bad. How long till this one is redeveloped or emptied? Quite a bit. See what I am going to do. I'm just going to get another landfill. Do I want it in the waste solutions or do I want it up by this section just to keep a little bit spread? I actually think I want the spread. There we go. Nothing wrong with having multiple dumps. 2 in the corners, then we've got the actual waste management on the peninsula. But that is going to be the city dump. The dirty little secret that Sunset Park once was. And I'll tell you what, Sunset Park has redeveloped beautifully. Things I haven't managed to do here yet is just put in new roads, which are hopefully going to benefit this. There you go. Slightly more complex area, but people are going to want to build around here, around the park. nice. Your Pentagon still chugging away. Seems to be having a few less issues with cargo, but still an issue. Yeah, these guys are just operating. That's working as I envisaged, though. Which I'm really pleased about. Rosewood Park could probably throw another like boulevard into. Like so. This gives a little bit of life to that area. People that actually live there. This is really nice though. This is actually quite a nice part of the city, just on this little landmass. I'm pleased that I've sorted out that as well. That's made a huge difference. There's one thing I'll consider is like an oil plant now. Starting to produce the stuff. Just because it's an oil area, I don't actually care that it isn't really required. It's just the fact that we make the stuff. It's going to be a better resolution full time for electricity, and we can just build out. People are going to build oil if they've got an oil plant down the road, surely. We'll check the district in. Let's bring that all in. Do a continuation there of the offices. Isn't really a square anymore, but hey, who gives? Just approaching 2 hours now, and not even a sniff in terms of people watching the stream, which it's a real shame because Twitch is one of those where I will get in the odd viewer here and there. But I've only got 3 subscribers. What do I expect? What do I expect? But it might be a good place to, obviously, again, introduce the series as I did at the, you know, the prerequisite part of the video, the start of the video. I've got it along a little way where I can maybe go back onto Twitch and show people how we've progressed. But yeah, this is working out really nicely. So for those that, or the very few that tuned in this afternoon or this morning. Thank you ever so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. This is Jiffshire Bay. We are slowly but surely building this up. Might even need to have a bit more forestry in this top end as well. We've got a load of forestry here, which I could just extend it out and just build that through. There's a lot of building that I need to do here. I try to keep it a little bit more spatial and sporadic. This I'm really pleased about. This looks lovely, this side. And I'm particularly happy with the more heights as well. And most recently Lilac Square with our addition here with the rail, which actually seems to be working grand because that is avoiding all of the passenger terminals. This is queued up though. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of trains trying to come through here. I'll take that as a good sign, I guess. One thing that we can do is we'll move a dirty little secret over here. Bosh. And then we can get that back out to working. Because ultimately I want more park to be, or more heights to be a little bit clean, if I can help it. But those incinerators are actually serving a purpose at the moment, so we're just going to keep those there. There's a few little sections that I can build out into out here. We could actually get back onto the river, which is kind of good. And the lake here, which links to nothing, but might be able to put a canal in, which I wouldn't normally do, but that could actually be quite cool. Same here, canal all the way through from A to B. Maybe put in some passenger terminal or something like that. Got quite a bit of money talking about passenger terminals. That's just a straight harbour. Maybe whack that in at Sunset Park. The harbour at Sunset Park. And that all links up, or can we get it along here? Probably can't. But yeah, Sunset Park is as good a place as any for a harbour to sit, right? It just needs to connect and snap on, which I know that it will because I've just done it. There it is. Bosh. One section, and then we can dosh off all of this dirt path, which we've been talking about doing for a while. One can connect into there. That's actually okay at that point. And then we'll do a little bit of rezoning around here, and it is loud, so actually I don't really want any residential here if I can help it. Even though it would look good, probably just need some high density commercial and let those guys build up, because this is going to be loud, which is problematic. But it is another link that we most desperately need in this city, and that takes us out of the city as well. I'm just wondering whether I can get a cargo harbour and just splice it alongside this. It can up on Strawberry Heights, which is a real surprise. I really want it to connect on this side in an ideal. It says it can't connect to the route. That's fine. We'll let Sunset Park do its thing. We've got so much good infrastructure in here now, considering that was our initial industry. And we're nearly at 50,000 people now as well, which is actually quite exciting. It's another milestone on the horizon. But Sunset Park has really redeveloped well. It's got its own train station. It's got a cargo hub. I believe that it has a metro, which I'm going to check now. which it does. Is that Metro? That is Metro. So yeah, it's got that. Now I do need to think about connecting up the rest of the city with did the initial Metro system here underneath. And I've linked that up, and I've linked that up with a Metro as well. And up here, but Moor Heights isn't served. Lilac Square isn't served. So maybe I can get something going from the west side. Garnet Square. And then pinging it out to these. I think maybe the extension on this is actually to go from A to B. That's going to make a lot more sense. Gosh. It's an easy extension. That gets more heights in there. And this can think about a bit more. Maybe a new line going between the west side, yes again, and Holly Hills and Lilac Square. So if I... This is the end, isn't it? There we go. There we go. So if I can do a new line on the west side to Moor Heights, that would be quite cool. That'd be different. Actually stop at Strawberry Heights on the way through, but I guess that hook, basically just hook that end, would actually be quite nice to have another line. Create a new line. It would be really, really nice to get down to different parts of the city. Well, let's stop at the west side. Crescent District. Shepherd Heights. Hall Square. The Pentagon. Spruce Hills. Back to the west side, and then we can complete the line in Lilac Square. So that does that side of the city a bit more, which will work really nice. Oh, electrical issues. That's a surprise. How much electricity do we have? Production and consumption is decent. Why are these guys not hooking up? Lost a little bit there. Hopefully that resolves it. That turns all the lights back on. Yes, it does. We could create a road that rolls from A to B here. Little 6-laner. Some bigger roads. Hope that makes a bit of a difference. The trains are having a real problem here. So maybe I could just make a bit more of a easier transition here, perhaps, on the cargo front. Let things go like another way, as it were. I suppose not letting me build. Just allow for this to go under. Is that going to allow things to flow a bit better, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe. This could have a massive tunnel going to it as well. Okay. Hopefully that links just everything up that little bit better. And the trains are using it there, going through that tunnel. So, yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully that allows everything to just get through that little bit easier. I built up really quickly in the end. See, these guys aren't struggling too much anymore. Surely we get a bit more waste management solution there. Right, what else have we got going on here? Not a great deal. I'm just going to sort of allow it to kind of settle and do its own thing, I think. Why is this not zoned? It is now. Little dirt road at the end of the boulevard. A lot of industry rocking around, but not a lot else. I mean, maybe we can hook this in a bit better, so it isn't a dead end. Yeah, that's fine. That'll sort of create more of a cohesive blend, shall we say, around the area. Very, very busy on the on-ramps and off-ramps here. Again, trying to get around the city. On that note, actually, I'm going to grab a highway. Do that instead. Hopefully that resolves some of the traffic issues. Let them, let them queue 3 abreast rather than 1. I think it's making a little bit of a difference. Those are clear now. Well, that up and over isn't working as well as I would like. Yeah, people queuing out of the city to get across there, and that's all built up as well. So having a few, like, traffic issues, I guess. This guy is running really, really well, the original highway I built. This bit out here is kind of barely being used, but at least it's there as a relief road. We've got the trains running around. These seem to be running a little bit more happily this end of town. The hub just seems to be bustling. Trains, planes, automobiles and all that sort of nonsense. Yeah, using multiple stations. This is all working quite nicely. I'm quite happy with this hub. Lots of passenger trains and stuff coming out of here. I'll tell you one thing that we could do. This might ease the traffic a little bit from a cargo standpoint. This would just like bypass all of that regional train. Okay. A little bit complicated maybe, but allow stuff to flow through a lot better in my personal opinion. It means that trains don't need to wait for other vehicles or trains within stations. So maybe that's the way forward. Maybe that is the way forward. Yeah, I'd probably say you need to have separate cargo and commuter train terminals. Because these cargo trains are just coming straight across and the commuters are coming across here. Which actually, it's making these flow a lot better than what they were. So, you know what? It could be a lot worse. It really could be a lot worse. We've allowed that cargo terminal, which is stocked. Oh my goodness, it is completely stacked up there. And it's reasonably stacked up here as well, in spite of putting in the additional rail, like routes, but what am I supposed to do here? Maybe create like additional train line where we don't get the stack. Play ball with me. Is providing a bit of difference around this section. See if we can connect that across, which we can. Hopefully it just allows a bit of relief for the trains around here. There's a lot. Awful lot of trains. Awful lot of trains. It's a lot taller. Hope that does a bit of relief. There's additional rail lines. Surely going to make a difference. Surely going to make a difference. These would just be queued into this cargo area. There's a lot of trains running through here. Hell of a lot of trains. That is a big build-up. That needs to be improved infrastructurally, for sure. I'm almost tempted to whack it down straight onto the boulevard. Yeah, up and over isn't a problem. That junction is a big problem. This is fine. And this is fine. Yeah, that needs to be resolved. Bit of a redesign. Highway to Boulevard. Yeah, it works. We can do similar here. Highway to Boulevard. That'll probably work a lot nicer. Redesigned completely. We can get like a standard boulevard in here. Or maybe we just don't do that and just allow the traffic to flow a bit nicer, maybe? That'll probably work a lot better than what it does. Surely, surely. That's a nice redesign. I think that's going to make a huge difference to flow. It'd be really nice for these bridges to shoot off as well. In like such a way that... How am I going to make that work? I want that on there. We want it to float up and over, but we're making it go across this this boulevard now. Unless this is the solution. Oh no. Put that back in. Rather than this being the junction, can at least change that. So that ends up being a one laner. that not linked up? Serious? Let's put it across there instead. That works. That works nicely. It's just a job to know exactly what to do here. Like whether I redevelop this to be more of a highway, because there's still queues coming up and over, people trying to get out of the city. So actually, I'm going to make, even though I wanted the firehouse and that to be here, I think actually I need to put them onto the boulevard adjoining. Same with this one. And then we can redevelop these roads. Honest to God, I actually think the only way this is going to work is if it continues to be a highway. And there's kind of a continuation there of highway. I think there's a nice continuation of highway, in all fairness. Makes it look a bit different at the front, but it's going to be a different kind of flow. Really hoping that resolves itself. Almost like I want to do something different with the flow here. Oh, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. Starting to generate some really nice money as well. Nearly £700,000 in the bank. 52,000 people in the populace as well. And we have got a demand for certain things, so this is good. The city is starting to really thrive. But yeah, that's really nice, guys. I'm pleased with kind of what's occurred today. It doesn't feel like the city's actually changed that much, but we got a lot of our problems under control. Seems that the supply chain started sorting itself out a little bit as well. A little bit of crime issues here. So I just think before I log off, on this particular platform, I upped the budgeting. So I did reduce that by quite a bit. There we go. Hopefully that just resolves a few of the problems with policing around there. But we've officially installed the JB Waste Solutions area. And it's just all dirty, generic industry. There seems to be a bit better supply of certain things. That's becoming an issue again. With landfill. We put a bit over in our dirty section, which is new oil community. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us on YouTube today. We're going to be going over to the dirtier platform, shall we say, or different platform. As we're talking about dirty areas. But yeah, you know, jokes aside, we're going to go over to the other platform in a second, and we're going to kick off from 52,000 people in the pot, $750,000 in the bank, and a bunch of infrastructure stuff that was done today, which hasn't really been obvious, but the way that the traffic moves around the city, it is rather obvious. And I've just redeveloped the main junction onto the highway as well, which still hasn't really sorted itself out, which is a surprise, to be completely frank. So it doesn't look pretty either. We'll see what happens. I've also put in extra routes on the cargo. It's still massively backed up in these areas. Maybe I can put a different track in there, but I feel like I've, you know, started really bolstering this area up now, so not really sure how much more I can do other than what I've already done. Maybe we could do another little route going in and out there. But yeah, let's leave it for there for the time being. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. I'm going to sort out the crime rate's really high. We need to sort that out. I'll tell you what. One final thing. We got police. We have got police. Maybe just increase the policing just a smidge again. Bring it up to 120%. Actually, we'll bring the healthcare back up. We'll bring the fire department back up. Bring the road system back up, which is going to allow the maintenance to be easier. Bring that up ever so slightly. That ever so slightly, because we've kind of done a bit of damage control now. We can just bring everything up to 80%, a smaller increment change. Hopefully doesn't result in us absolutely hemorrhaging money. We were making 14 grand a year. So anyways, guys, look, we've been trying to tie this off for a while now. This has been Jiffshire Bay. I've been Jiff. And yeah, nice progress indeed. Anyways, all the best. I will catch you soon.